Just a quick thing to get stuck into a video at some point. Currently editing the footage that I just shot yesterday and working on identifying the birds. Here, I can flip the camera around. You can see I'm currently in my editing process. I've zoomed in a lot more than the video actually will get zoomed in, so I could try to identify this here. And then I've got flipping through the bird books. I'll just kind of go through this process here of like, I was looking at the blackbirds, and then I get to what, pretty obvious, this one's got a lot of, again, yellow, red to kind of orange on the face, some black and white on the wing. So, led me back to just finding the section of it, kind of flipping through. Definitely going to be an Oriole. Oriole? I don't know how you pronounce it fully, but looking through, that was specifically, I paused it at this point because I zoomed in to see, look, it's got a little black line. That's eye. So that helps me really narrow down through the different types here. Looking at these, I can also kind of easily go, well, it's not going to be any of these because I'm not in any of the areas where they've been found, and I know that I'm not lucky enough to see that. But look, the most common ones right there, and there's the eye on that one, bullocks. And then again on this one, I've already gone ahead and started looking through to find the right section on this other bird book. It wasn't on this page there. Same thing. That confirms between the two. Now there is, hold on, the light's not good, but there's apparently a hybrid between the Bullock and the Baltimore, but that is how I go through my identifying process on identifying that it is what I have seen here, what I will be putting on the video. I'll add that in a minute. This is a Bullock's Oriole. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Okay, so still working on editing as I continue to do other things around the house. I figured out from yesterday, I thought it was one thing at first, but it's very clearly got black leading from the bill to its eye with then a white eyebrow above it. This is the yellow-breasted chat. And it mentions here, song is extremely varied. Mostly simple notes repeated in slow, decelerating series or given singly, but with long pause between each utterance. Distinctive low, liquid whistled or harsh, rasping quality toop 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 toop, chook. Sure, yeah, a bunch of different noises there. Often includes mimicry of other species and even mechanical sounds such as woodpecker drumming. That's it. That's what I heard yesterday. That's what I saw. That's what I have. That is a different one. There are several new ones that I've identified with that. Ooh, my broccoli. It's okay. I got to the broccoli in time before I steamed it too much, and it became mushy, which is not my preferred method of eating broccoli. To confirm, yes, that is definitely the bird that I saw. I just need to verify that against the other bird book. I like to use both sources. As long as I can confirm that between the two of them, then I will put that into the video that I am editing when I get done with lunch, because I have my cheesy broccoli rice to go eat. Bit of a bummer. I was taking a break from work to work on personal stuff with the wildlife footage, and I thought about updating the sage-grouse video with a better thumbnail. I was going to take a still from the actual video itself and then edit it with the, Photoshop in the words so that it's a decent video thumbnail, right? Like you do. Well, I opened up the project file in my video editor, and it comes up and it shows that none of the videos are connected anymore, which makes sense. I put everything onto a much faster drive for editing, and then for storage, they go onto cheaper storage drives that are better suited for that. So then I go looking for all of that so I can connect that footage again, and it turns out I deleted some of it because I thought I backed it up. I was pretty sure I backed everything up. I was really sure I backed everything up because that one was really important. And I'm missing from the second day where the footage was better on an entire, basically the hard drive that I use on one of the cameras, all of the footage from that one. So I still have the first day, the two cameras, and then the second day, just one of the cameras. But missing out on one of the better angles, the better shots that I got from that, and it was all from that one camera, and it's gone. Follow up on that glass clip to go into a little bit more. I think I know what happened. I have a feeling what I did was I took all the hard drives when I shot those days and I brought them down and I started backing everything up, and I have a feeling I went, ooh, this won't fit from this one card, this whole day's worth of shooting. It's not going to fit onto the backup server. So I need to make some room. So I think I deleted some stuff. I think I moved some things around. I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing that day. And so then I would have set that up and walked away. And then when I came back, 9 times out of 10, every time I've always done this before, I'm coming back to footage that I left to transfer, but I never set up that transfer because I was having to make room for it. So then I would have just, in my head, gone, everything transferred, everything backed up, and then I really thought I double-checked everything. I really thought I found, from both days, footage from all of the cameras on the multitude of hard drives and storage that I have before I wiped that drive to go shoot with it again. And I did not. So I just have lost the raw footage for all of that. I cut everything together into one super long video. Like, it's like a 6-hour video or something like that. So I technically have that. It's the produced version as far as like, it has been run through, it has been rendered once, so it's not going to be as good as having the raw footage on hand. It will never be as good as that. That's kind of the point of the raw footage and why I want to save it, especially from that day. From anything else, out of anything over the last 2 years almost of shooting videos, that day especially I would want to save. So that really hurts and it really sucks. And it unfortunately happens at a time where money is incredibly tight as we're getting ready to move and we're getting everything there. And I've been hitting that capacity and that wall of like, all right, well now what do I delete so I can make room? And I'm just going to have to figure out something. I don't know how to just magically come up with more money if I don't go into debt, but in order to get storage space to keep my footage that I really want to keep. Anyway, it is what it is.